Assalamu alaikum, honorable friends, how are you? We the humans, we are seen acting, working hard, working smart to develop whatever we are possessing, to develop ourselves materially, to try to gain a better and better social status. And many of us are working to become a celebrity. All of that is fine. I'm not against any of those things at all. But one thing which is more important than all of these things combined, that is called personality development. Some of the people understand it, some of the people understand its importance, and they are paying due attention to all that, while another many of the people, they do not know how important it is, and for that reason it is not on their priority list at all. Maybe they will succeed in developing materially, but if at all their personality does not get developed or polished, I think that is a kind of failure and a worst kind of it. Even if at all they have succeeded in achieving whatever they wanted to do, all that. So keeping in view all that, we have made it a topic of our discussion today, that is the personality development. And we are going to talk about all the important things, all the important aspects of personality development. So let's begin. So technically speaking, what is the personality development? The process of improving and enhancing one's personality traits, the skills and behavior to achieve personal and professional growth. So that is the technical definition of the personality development. So let's move forward and let's talk about certain key areas of personality development. Key areas of personality development. These are 8 in number. First of all, it is self awareness, being well aware, better aware about ourselves, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your emotions. Understanding your strengths on the one hand, weaknesses on the other hand, values, and of course, emotions. So that is called self awareness. Moving to the next item, that is communication skills. Communication skills. Developing effective verbal and non verbal communication, developing effective verbal and non-verbal communication. So there are two types of communication. Verbal communication, whatever we try to communicate by speaking or writing the words, and then of course it is the non-verbal communication. There are non-verbal communications as well. We can't go into the detail of any item today, because if at all we do, so our main topic will be left undone. So for that purpose, we are going to talk about very briefly. So this is the second thing, communication skill, verbal and non-verbal. The third important key aspect of the personality development is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. What is this, by the way? It is recognizing and managing your emotions, recognizing and managing your emotions and those of others as well, recognizing and managing even time to manage the emotions of the other people. So the fourth key area of personality development is confidence and self-esteem. Confidence and self-esteem. Building self-assurance and a positive self-image. Building self-assurance and a positive self-image. Image image an image of somebody. We are having a sketch of everybody we are seen interacting with, but one thing is called self-image. Self-image is, I think, whatever type of self-image we succeed in developing, either accidentally or by intention, we start becoming that particular person automatically. So self image is like a mold. Self image is like a mold like a pattern. Whatever mold or pattern we have developed, we start becoming that particular person. So for this reason, it is extremely important that we carefully develop our self-image. Confidence and self-esteem, building self-assurance and a positive self-image. Number 5, it is resilience and adaptability. Resilience and adaptability, developing coping skills and adapting to change. Developing coping skills, whatever may come, I should be able to, you should be able to cope with all that in a sensible, in an intelligent manner. But at the same time, whatever type of circumstances we are thrown in, we should be able to adopt according to that particular scenario, according to those particular circumstances. So we should learn to live happily, even if at all we are thrown in the jungle where nobody exists at all. We should learn to live happily over there as well. So that is resilience and adaptability. Number 6 key area of personality development, it is the goal setting and achievement. Goal setting and achievement. Setting and working toward personal and professional goals. Setting and working toward personal and professional goals. So it is goal setting, another key area of personal development. The seventh, a seventh key area of the personality development, it is relationship building. Relationship building. What is this? Developing and maintaining healthy relationship, developing and maintaining healthy relationship, not an unhealthy one at all, not with the toxic people. The eighth is eighth and the last key area of personality development is time management and productivity. Time management and productivity, effective use of the time and effective use of the resources. So that is time management and productivity. So these are the 8 key areas of personality development. Now we are going to talk about the the practical tips for personality development. What are these practical tips? Number one, it is, practice self-reflection and journaling. Practicing self-reflection and practicing journaling. Self-reflection means that periodically, suppose that every evening we pay reflect back the way I spent the day, whatever I did right, whatever I could not do the right. So what is the lesson for my tomorrow? What is the way to do the things in a better way tomorrow? So that is called self reflection. Or any particular work I have done, any particular attitude of mine, the way I acted, the way I reacted, I need to look back, I need to reflect upon it. So that is also called, introspection, but it is the self-reflection and journaling. Journaling means write down your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, but not for the purpose of publishing it, not for the purpose of retaining it forever. You can, if at all you want to, but even writing and destroying it, burning it, have a lot of psychological benefits, provides us with a catharsis, and makes us learn and improve. So that is called practice self-reflection and journaling. The second practical tip of personality development, it is seek feedback from others and be open to constructive criticism. Seeking the feedback from the other people on the one hand, and welcoming, having an open mind toward the positive criticism, toward the constructive criticism, that is seeking feedback from others. So now the third practical tip for the personality development is, it is develop a growth mindset and the willingness, and be willing to learn. Growth mindset on the one hand, and willingness to learn on the other hand. Growth mindset says that whatever type of obstacles, troubles, problems, challenges, difficulties, failures, setbacks you are encountering or you did encounter in the past, all is meant to improve you, to make you a more competent person, to make you a more better person, and it will help us a lot in making better effort, more effective efforts for the future, for the present. So now the fourth practical tip is that is set realistic goals and work toward achieving them. Setting up realistic goals on the one hand and working toward achieving it on the other hand. If at all the goals are not clear, if at all the goals are vague, if at all it is, it is unrealistic one, the goals are too big, we are just going to waste our time and the resources, and it will build up further frustration as well. The goals must be clear on the one hand, quite realistic, practical, feasible, doable on the other hand. So now the fifth practical tip for the personality development is practice mindfulness and self-care. Mindfulness and self-care. What is the mindfulness? Technically speaking, mindfulness means a state of mind achieved by consciously focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations without judgment. So, but if at all we move toward the simpler and the concise definition of it, it actually means not to live in the past, although there will be several regretful items about the past. Past is generally speaking full of the regrets, and the future is generally speaking full of the worries as well. We need to learn whatever we can learn from the past and then leave it, let it go. Do not cry over the spilt milk. And then, of course, all of us have a future, but do not worry about it. Plan the future, then let it go. Live in the present moment, and that too without judgment, without worrying, without calling anything else as a good or a bad one. So that is mindfulness and self-care. Self-care means that we need to sleep for 7 to 8 hours of every night. Number two, we need to provide ourselves with a simple, healthy food, not a processed food, not the junk or the fast food, but simple, fresh vegetables and pulses and even a balanced diet. So that is called fruits and meat. That is called, a very balanced, natural, organic diet, not the processed one at all. So that is self-care. Dears, now the sixth practical tip for the personality development, it is engage in activities that challenge you and promote the growth. If at all there are hurdles, difficulties, challenges in front of you, don't be afraid at all. Don't be sad at all, because we can learn a lot, we can benefit from it. So that is engage in activities that challenge you and promote growth. Number seven. Seventh practical tip is surround yourself with positive and sportive people. Live with those people who are positive on the one hand, sportive on the other hand, so that will make your life better. The eighth and the last practical tip for the personality development is celebrate your successes and learn from the failures. Learning from the mistakes, learning from the failures, and of course celebrating or rewarding yourself, or appreciating, at least appreciating every good thing done by you, no matter how small it is, it must be appreciated. So, honorable friends, whatever we talked about today, that is of extreme importance to me. I think for everybody, it should be kept at the priority. Personality development is not any way lesser important than any other thing. We can call it a training, we can call it a self training, but let me assure you that if at all we are polishing ourselves, we are developing ourselves, we are trying to become a better and better person, nothing is as important as this one. All the other developments are good one, but as for the personality development is concerned, nothing is as good at this one. So that's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.